everyone, thanks for joining me today. I hope you had a lovely winter break and are ready to start the new year with some fresh and positive energy. Today I wanted to film a Get Ready With Me using my most used and the best products of 2023. I love these kind of yearly roundup videos, so I wanted to film one too. Some of these products were released this year during 2023, but others have just been products I have been using the most during this year. Let's jump right in. I'm gonna get this little piece of hair out of my way. And we're gonna start off with primer. I've been using mostly two primers this year. One is the e.l.f. Power Grip Primer that we're gonna be using today. And the other one I used the most was the Poreless Putty Primer. That one is actually finished, so today we're using the Power Grip. I really like this primer. I like the stickiness. I do feel that because it's so sticky, the foundation or powder, whatever I put on top of it, lasts so much longer. They say this is a dupe for the Milk Hydro Grip Primer, which I have not tried, but honestly I don't think I really need to. The reviews say that this is pretty spot on of a dupe. I like to wait a minute before I put anything else on, just so that it gets nice and tacky. While we wait, another product that I've been using a ton this year is also from e.l.f. and it is their Halo Glow Liquid Filter. I'm sure you all know this product. It basically broke the internet. It is such a good dupe for the Charlotte Tilbury Flawless Filter. I have that one too, and honestly, if you have this, you don't need the Charlotte Tilbury at all. These look identical on my skin. There are also two more other products. One is from Catrice, one is from Collection Cosmetics that do also exactly the same thing as the e.l.f. one and are even cheaper than the e.l.f. one. They're all great options, but why I prefer the e.l.f. over all of them is because the applicator is so much bigger than on any of the other three that I just mentioned. During the summer I used to wear this on its own all the time, or if I wanted a little bit more coverage I would add concealer, but this is such a nice filter product. It makes your skin look like you have a filter on. Even though I have oily skin, this doesn't make me look greasy, it just makes me look glowy. And yes, my preferred method of blending this in is with my fingers. And I'm even putting this under my eyes. Doesn't matter because we're not leaving it like this. We will go a little bit more full coverage and we're probably gonna cover everything up because I have a lot of powders to show you. But I just wanted to showcase this product in my roundup because I have been using it like constantly. Doesn't this just make me look more awake and more healthy? Because before I just looked like dead. I know I have super bright lights on, but in natural light this looks really, really nice. Let's move on to a more recent favorite. This is the ORJENA Comfort Airfit BB Cream in the shade Nude. This was sent to me by Stylevana in exchange for a review, and I'm really glad I got this because this is all I've been using now for like a base product. I'm not the biggest fan of foundations, so I always opt for a BB or CC cream or just concealer and powder, but this is what I have been reaching for the past 2 months. The only downside is the shade range is pretty much non-existent. I think it only has like 4 shades, but this one in the shade Nude, it's a pretty perfect match for me. Obviously in the summer I cannot say that because I do get quite tan, but now during the winter months it looks pretty good. If you want a more fuller coverage, again use your fingers, or if you want a more lighter coverage, use a sponge. Since I've gotten my fingers dirty already anyway, I'll just do the same here. I like that it has light coverage, but you can build it up to a medium coverage, and in natural light it just looks very, very skin-like. And there have been days where I just wear this and set it lightly with an Hourglass powder, but today we're going all in and we're gonna set everything with like a lot of concealer and powder. I haven't worn like a full face of makeup in a long time, and I feel like I've put on way too much now. So we're just gonna go in with a sponge and make it look more human. Okay, that looks very decent now, and I feel like because we have the Halo Glow underneath, we are a lot more glowy than this BB cream would be on its own. We're gonna use the tiniest bit of concealer under my eyes, even though I feel like we can just add on powder and we're good to go. But just to kind of show what concealer I've been loving the most this year, we will use a little bit under the eyes. But my favorite has been the Huda Beauty Faux Filter Concealer. This was also pretty viral. I think was this released this year? I'm not sure. But I have a very light shade and we're just gonna use the tiniest bit underneath the eyes. I've actually used quite a bit of this. There's only like a tiny bit left. I do prefer a more full coverage concealer. I feel that just helps me more with my very, very dark under eyes. It does crease though, I'm not gonna say it doesn't, but all concealers crease on me. To set underneath the eye, also a product from Huda Beauty. This is her Easy Bake loose powder in the shade Pound Cake. Really been loving this loose powder as well. It's super good. I have not tried the pressed powder and the reviews have not been so great, so I'm not gonna get that either. I like to set underneath my eyes, but also this triangle area here because I have like quite large pores, and this powder does a nice job in filling those in as well. I do go over the nose as well. Sometimes I set my whole face with this, but I want to show you a powder foundation that I have been using non-stop this year. Jesus, I have a lot of dry skin on my nose. I feel like I look like a ghost now, very white, but we're gonna fix that with the powder foundation. And my favorite one this year has been the Fenty Beauty Pro Filter Soft Matte Powder Foundation. This one is in the shade 290. It's kind of my summer shade, but we need a little bit of color. If you've been watching me for a while, you know that I am obsessed with MAC's Studio Fix Powder Foundation. I have gone through maybe 5, 6, 7 of those, but this year I've been loving Fenty, and you can see I've also hit pan on this. I haven't finished it. If I would have used only this powder this year, then yes, it would be empty, but I have been using my Studio Fix and also the e.l.f. Camo Powder Foundation. That one's also really good, but we are going to use this one because it's just been a gem. It's super long wearing and the shade range is also fabulous. I might get a few different ones next time. So like a summer shade and a winter shade, but this 290 works pretty good for me at the moment. Also, by the way, shout out to e.l.f.'s brushes. These are really good. This is the Flawless Face Brush, perfect for powder foundation. And you can use this for everything, blush, bronzer, but I like to use this for powder foundation. I just love the way my skin looks like after this. Let's talk about brows. I hate doing brows. I hate my eyebrows. They're just all over the place. And I have 2 scars on both sides because as a teenager I thought it's a great idea to have eyebrow piercings. Never. I will never pierce my face again. I do love piercings. I have a lot of ear piercings. I have my tongue pierced. I have my belly pierced. I've had some other piercings, but I will never ever pierce my face again because can't do anything about these scars, and it's really annoying me now. Anyway, I have 3 brow products I've used the most. None of them I particularly love, but I will show you because I've been using them throughout the year. So first is a pencil. This one is from e.l.f. Yes, we are using a lot of e.l.f. products this year. I mean, they've been really stepping it up, so why not? This is their regular brow pencil. I know they've brought out like new ones now, which I'm really interested in, but this one is just like the OG one. I think this was like €3. It's in dark brown, and when I'm lazy I just chuck this on. Then the other 2 are from Benefit. One is their Pomade brow pomade. I feel like this will never be empty. I've used this a ton and there is still like a lot of product left. I feel like I could get by the next 2 years with this. And then I also use the Foolproof brow powder. I think this specific one is also discontinued and they've made like a new powder. They always keep changing their brow products. I actually got these together in a set with a whole bunch of other their brow products, but now I wouldn't go out and purchase any Benefit brow products because the drugstore is just stepping up their game and is doing amazing brow products. I'm not gonna spend like 20-30 euro on brow products if I can get them for like €5 from the drugstore. I feel like I rambled on like 5 years about brow products. That just shows you how much I hate doing my brows. We will do a combination. I will use a little bit of the pomade on the tails of my brows because because I don't have any brow hairs on it, and this one just stays on the longest on the skin, and then the rest we can fill in with the e.l.f. Brow pencil. We will just leave the brows there. If I do any more to them, we're just gonna end up with gorilla brows. I need some color on my skin, so let's talk about face powders. So mainly blush, bronzer, highlight. Throughout this full year, I have been obsessed with Hourglass powders, and specifically this palette that I have. This is the Sculpture palette. I think this one was released in 2020. I did get mine in 2021 though, I think. Anyway, it's still quite old, but I have been super obsessed with it. I don't know if you can see how much I have actually used like this blush here. I think it's called Vibrant Flush. Yes, I mean, it's my favorite blush and I still second guess the name every time. But Hourglass face powders are just so divine, and I feel like they make my skin just look so perfect. Every time I've worn this out to some events, people always compliment me on my makeup, and I've worn this every time. So let's use my favorite bronzer. This is in the shade Natural Bronze Light. Such a nice warm toned bronzer. And as you can see, it's quite pigmented. So use a light hand, which I obviously did not, but it's okay because these blend out super easy. It does have a little bit of shimmer in it, which I like shimmery bronzers. Not really a fan of matte bronzers, so this one is just perfect for me. As you probably know, Hourglass releases new face palettes every year, and this year they released also 3 gorgeous palettes. I got the snake and the jellyfish one. I absolutely adore these, but prior to me purchasing those 2, I really got into the sculpture one that I'm using now, and I tried to convince myself that I don't need another 2 Hourglass palettes. I did cave and I got the jellyfish and snake one. I absolutely love those ones as well, but I haven't been using them as much, so I want to feature my sculpture palette in this video. By the way, I also love this brush. This was also sent to me by Stylevana. These are like the perfect size for the little Hourglass powders. My regular brushes are just too large. That's better. We got some color in my face now, but let's move on to my favorite part, which is the blush. This one here in the middle, and this one was called Vibrant Flush. It's such a nice corally pink shimmery, it's just perfection. I'm bringing it quite high up underneath my eye, and I'm also bringing it close to the eyelid, and you'll see why in a second. I just love this blush. It's so pretty. Just put a little bit on the nose, and I like to add whatever is left on the brush, just a little bit on the temple, bring it down my neck, just basically put it anywhere. Before we go to highlighter, I don't have anything for eyeshadow. As in, I don't have a favorite eyeshadow palette. I don't wear a lot of eyeshadow because I have very hooded eyes, and most of the time I'm not really happy how the eyeshadow turns out. But I do have a favorite eyeshadow primer, which I'm using now. This is the Milani eyeshadow primer. I think it's called, oh no, it's just called eyeshadow primer. It's so good, and it's lasted me like forever. Especially I have hooded eyelids. I have to wear eyeshadow primer, and it has to be eyeshadow primer. It cannot be concealer because concealer will crease. As I said, I don't have an eyeshadow palette, but what I have been doing is I've been using the same Hourglass powders that I've been using on my face on my eyes, and I actually melt the face powder together with the eyeshadow. So what I have been doing is using diffuse light, the finishing powder here in the middle, and I set my eyelids with it. Sticking with the same fluffy brush, I'm gonna go into the bronzer, and I'm just gonna apply the bronzer into the crease. And I will also connect it with the blush and bronzer on my cheeks. No precision here, just applying the bronzer for some color and connecting the dots. I've been doing this non-stop, and it's especially handy if you're traveling and you don't have a lot of space. This palette is so versatile. I mean, you can do this with any face palette, to be honest. You can just use your bronzer and blush and highlight as your eyeshadow, and because they're the same shades, it just, I don't know, it kind of like melts everything together. Then using another fluffy brush, I will go in to the blush we used earlier, and I'll just put in more so over the lid, and again connecting to the blush on the cheeks. I don't know about you, but I just love how it looks and just blends the full face together. The highlighter that's in this powder, Glistening Strobe Light, I'm not really a fan of it. It's very sheer. So for highlighter, even though I have been using this one in this palette, the #1 spot goes to the Cookie Highlighter from Benefit. This is one of the most gorgeous highlighters ever. It's so, so pretty, so blinding. It's just perfect. I will use the highlighter on my cheeks and also on my eyes. Basically, I will use this highlighter everywhere, but just look at how gorgeous she is. I'm gonna take it up to the temple, this side. Oh my god, it's so beautiful. Like, Benefit really hit a hole in one with this one, or a home run, or whatever. Jackpot. It's so pretty. Put it on the nose, the lip, and then I also like to wear this as eyeshadow, as a little bit of shimmer. Brighten up the inner corner. I'm just being really messy with the eyeshadow. This is highlighter. I'm putting it everywhere. I put a little bit too much on this eye, but oh my god, this highlighter is so gorgeous. You cannot have enough of it. And then of course we're gonna highlight the brow bone with this highlighter as well. When in Rome. Oh, it's just perfection. If you haven't tried the Cookie Highlighter, I highly suggest you do. If you take anything away from this video, it's this highlighter. It's gorgeous. Let's talk about mascara. If you've been following me, you know that I'm obsessed with Benefit's Batgirl Bang. However, this year Lashgate happened and it brought us the L'Oreal Telescopic Lift Mascara, and I really, really like this mascara. The only thing that I don't like about it is that it's not waterproof, and I need a waterproof mascara because it smudges. But this is why I like to layer my mascaras. I start off with the telescopic one, and then I will finish off with a waterproof mascara, whatever that may be. And I just poked myself in the eye. I hate when that happens. And you can see I already have like mascara now on the bottom here. By the way, obsessed with how long my lashes look. Like, ignore the smudge on the lower lash line here now. Look at how long my lashes are. These are not my natural lashes. As in, they are my natural lashes, but I do use the iGlow lash serum. Without the serum, they would not be so long. I've been using that serum for years and I absolutely love it. So if you're looking for a lash serum, I highly recommend you check out iGlow. I was gonna use lash extensions, but I don't think we need to because this just looks really, really good on its own. Usually I would top this off now with my Batgirl Bang, but that one is all dried up. I need to get a new one. But for now, we're gonna use a new favorite. This is the Heroin Make Long Up Mascara Super Waterproof. Strange name, but it's also a K-beauty product, and this mascara is really waterproof. Like, this one does not budge. It's not going anywhere. It's going to be perfect for festivals. I'm just adding the tiniest bit on top here just to kind of make the lashes waterproof, and we will add some mascara on the lower lashes too. Okay, we are almost done. We only have lips left, and I've been pretty good this year. For most part of the year I've been on a no buy. Now at the end of the year, yes, I went a little bit crazy and got 2 Hourglass palettes, and I did get a whole bunch of lip products, but overall my favorite lip product of 2023 and even before that, and probably going into 2024, are the Fenty lip glosses. I have a whole bunch of them. I just grabbed a few of them here. I love the Fenty glosses, like all the formulas. The original, the cream, heat, eyes, everything. They are just so juicy looking, like no other lip gloss has made me feel like these make me feel. I do want to give a shout out to a few liquid lippies that I'm loving this year. First up is the Essence 8-Hour Matte Liquid Lipstick. These are so affordable and oh my god, super long wearing. Really good from the drugstore. Another good liquid lipstick from the drugstore. These are the L'Oreal ones, Matte Resistance. I have 2 shades here. These are also really good, but 2 times more expensive. They're a drugstore, but still quite expensive. Oh, by the way, the Essence liquid lipstick does go hand in hand with the lip liner, the 8-Hour Matte Comfort Lip Liner. If you wear these 2 together, unbelievable, like last you for the full night. And then I feel like another type of product that took the world by storm, the beauty world by storm, were lip oils. I was very good. I didn't buy into the hype too much, but I did get the lip oil from Catrice. This is the Gloss and Glow Tinted Lip Oil, and in the shade Drama Mama specifically. This one is so good as well. The tint on this one, this will last you for the full day as well. It's super good. So now that I've gone through a whole bunch of lip products, I don't know what to wear. Maybe we'll do a liquid lip and we'll top it up with a gloss. That seems fair. So let me start with the Essence lip liner. This is in the shade, I think it's hazelnut, silky hazelnut or something like that. This color is such a nice My Lips but better. As you can see, I'm not being too precise, I'm just filling it in. Then let's use the L'Oreal Matte Resistance Breakfast in Bed shade. Isn't this such a beautiful nude shade? Like perfect for every day. Gorgeous. Oh, and by the way, these smell amazing. Let me just wait a second for this to dry down, and then we're gonna apply a Fenty Heat Gloss in the shade Fussy Heat. One of my favorite shades. These shades just go beautifully together. I love it. Okay guys, this is it. This is a full face of products that I have used throughout 2023. My most loved, my most favorite, the best in my opinion. I'd love to know what are your most used products of this year. So feel free to let me know down in the comments. If you've made it this far into the video, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate you. Again, I'm wishing you positive vibes and good energy for the new year. And until next time, I will see you later. Bye.